Hello, in this video we are going to explain the exponent rule, product to a power. So the product to a power rule requires parentheses. In this case we might have something like 3x and then we are going to square that. So the question is, what happens here? And a common mistake that students make is they just apply the power to that x. So they may think this is just 3x squared, and this is incorrect. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to figure out what exactly this means, like what's the rule, and we're going to use the definition of exponent. So in this case, square means to multiply by itself. So we have this quantity in parentheses, 3x is being squared, which means this is 3x times 3x. Now if you use the commutative property of multiplication, this really, well, first off, let's take away the parentheses because it's now all multiplication. This really is 3 times x times 3 times x. And again, I'm making this lengthy so that you can really see what is happening behind the scenes. We can rearrange this using the commutative property of multiplication to 3 times 3 times x times x. And now obviously 3 times 3 is 9, but we're going to try to come up with a rule that uses exponents. So I'm going to leave those exponents in there. This 3 times 3 is really 3 squared, and this x times x is really x squared. So getting back to this original problem, what is 3x quantity squared? Notice I said quantity because it's in parentheses. This is really 3 squared x squared, or 3 squared times x squared. Now that can be simplified to 9x squared. All right? So if we were to come up with a rule, what we see is that this power applies to everything in the parentheses. Let's just do another really quick example. We'll do this one with letters. Say P and Q. So PQ is being raised to the third power. So what would this look like? This is PQ times PQ times PQ. And I hope you can see, just with a little bit of rearrangement, I've got P, which is being multiplied by itself 3 times, and I also have Q, which is being multiplied by itself 3 times. So what is PQ quantity cubed, or quantity to the third power? It is really P cubed Q cubed, or P to the third times Q to the third. So in general, what happens to this exponent is it is being applied. I'm not going to use the word distribute because that's reserved for the distributive property, but I'm going to say you apply this exponent to all parts of the product. So if we could generalize, make a general rule, we can say our product to a power rule, if we have some quantity xy and we are going to raise that to the a power, this is going to be x to the a times y to the a. Again, we apply the exponent of a to all parts of the product. So again, don't use the word distribute. I like to use the word apply. Apply the exponent to all parts of the product. X to the a, y to the a.